Hi guys, welcome to Back in the Game. I'm Office Bloke Daz.
I'm Office Bloke Mike.
I'm Office Bloke Aidan.
What we're going to talk about today, big weekend in football this weekend. It's Derby weekend.
It is.
We've got a London derby with Arsenal taking on Spurs at the Emirates.
Yep.
And we've also got the big game of the season, the Manchester derby, which is Manchester City versus Manchester United over at the Etihad. So battle of the airlines this weekend, really, isn't it?
It is.
One at the Emirates, one at the Etihad. But,
I suppose it is.
First and foremost, so let's hit it on the big one. Let's go with City v United.
Yeah.
Seeing as how Mike's United, Aidan's City,
and you're
I'm
City. Two against one.
Two against one. Yeah. So go on, Mike. Set us off.
I'm not looking forward to it, but
Derbies are different, though, aren't they?
Derbies are different. I mean, last four matches we're doing better, looking a bit more solid. But obviously, City playing pretty well as well, scoring goals. It's going to be a tough match. Always is every year. Difficult to predict. We're sort of like in a state of get to know the manager, getting to know a different way of playing. We're in a bit of a funny period at the moment where they're trying to play a different style, play a different way. But I think they need a lot more fitness to go with it to sort of execute the plan properly. So we're sort of like a work in progress at the moment. We've had some decent spells of play, but I think we're looking for consistency now over a period of a full match as well.
Do you think the international break might have come at a wrong time for you guys? Because mind you played, was it Real Sociedad? He got beat by Old Trafford. Was it 1-0 by Real Sociedad?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So David Silva's team and all that.
Coming back to haunt you. Absolutely nothing to do with it whatsoever. They were given a goal that shouldn't have been a goal. It was illegal, which was a matter of fact. Change half the team, and it's Europa League, mate. Who cares? But no, I think timing wise, I think with just the further we go in the season, I think we'll improve. So in that sense, it's probably not great playing this early. It's the 7th match, so it's pretty early, really, isn't it, to be playing it? But we've just beaten Arsenal and Liverpool as well, so it is one of those you never know. I think City on pretty good form. I think a lot of the time, sometimes you might play a bad half, but you always play a good second half or something. There's always a part in the match where you play well, and that's what we've got to look out for.
The thing with City is, for me, I think we've got a solid 16 world-class players. Very, very easy to have 16. So whichever 11 we bring in, the bench is always going to be strong with world-class players as well. Obviously the odd junior that's all right comes in. But if something's not working, we've got a manager as well who's not scared to change something quickly, or let the players on the pitch try and change the problems or the mistakes they've made in the first period to for whatever the course of the game's run. But go on, Aid. I'll let you go into the next segment of City and your opinion of what's bringing the Derby day. We'll obviously be there.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Well, I think we're going to win first and foremost. I want to say that 3-1, maybe something like that.
3-1. Did we get a prediction from Mike before? Did we?
No, I'm still thinking about that.
Oh, you are. Okay, we'll come back to you.
I'm not sure. Not sure.
Aid, go on.
Well, no, I think I don't really have much to say about it, to be honest. I don't think United have offered. To be fair, recently they have been playing quite well, which is the only bit of concern for me. And what was it, a couple of seasons ago when you beat us 3 times out of 4? I think it was. We played 4 times across the season. You beat us 3 times. But I think it's different at the Etihad as well, though. So
I'm not so sure about it because we have beaten you there as well, haven't we? We've been playing bad. We've had terrible players like Pogba in the side scoring 2 against you at the Etihad.
£100 million Pogba.
But it just shows you. You never know, though. We had the team with him in it, but they came back. 2-0 down. We were in that match as well.
And I think if Sterling scores that goal just before half time that he ballooned over the bar, it was game over. It would have been 3-0 and that would have been game over.
Possibly, but he didn't. So
I was saying at half time, I said that's going to cost us.
It could do. I think in the past he's been guilty a few times still. Absolutely, in my opinion, especially against United, the amount of chances he's missed. Yeah, absolutely.
He never scored against United.
The good thing is he doesn't play for us anymore.
No, exactly. Yeah.
I don't think he ever scored against United.
I don't think he did against Liverpool neither.
I think he might have.
There's some kind of strange record anyway.
Yeah.
But it's for us. We've come out of the international break. We've picked up an injury or two. John Stones is injured. He'll be out. Which is we've got
a few weeks ago when he was at hamstring. I think
we've got a Kanji to fit in there. He looks very comfortable at the centre half next to either Diaz or next to Laporte. I don't think Laporte's back yet, but he's very close to being
back. Was he injured as well, is he?
He's been injured since last season.
Right. Okay.
So he's on his way back where he'll be either on the bench or he might start. I don't know where his fitness levels are. He's obviously had an extra week or two to get back into it with the international break. But for me, it's all going to be about Haaland. Haaland up against your is it Martinez?
Yeah.
The centre half.
Yeah.
Where one's 5'9" and the other one's 6'5", and it's going to be a big battle. And he's very. I've been watching Martinez play for United a couple of times, and he does get stuck in. Looks very comfortable, sort of like putting his weight around a little bit, let's say, getting stuck in, and you're not going to get away with that with Haaland. He will not give you that time or that. He'll be the one bullying you. He's too much of a unit, too much of a big lad, and it'll be. I don't think you'll probably put him on Haaland.
I was going to say,
I think
we've got more players than just Martinez.
I know. I think you probably. Well, he's got two centre halves and he plays centre forward. So you got a choice of 50-50 choice. You're not going to put anyone else on him.
You expect
it's going to be Varane or Martinez.
At certain points, Varane will probably pick him up for the aerial. But again, it might be one of those where they let him win the aerial battles if there is any. Obviously, you don't play the high balls anyway.
That's right.
So
that's correct.
So it's not so much the height; it's more the strength, really.
Yeah.
But I think the way we're out at the moment, we have been more solid the last few matches because we've changed pretty much the whole defence from last season.
Yeah.
Apart from Varane, who was injured quite a lot, but different right back, left back, another different centre half as well.
Yeah.
We have looked a lot more solid. The way City play, the way we will play against you because of the stage we are at in our development. We will be playing on your break.
Yeah.
We will play against you like that. And
what, you think you'll sit back? You think you'll sit back and let us come at you?
Well, they're not going to come. We're not going to have as much of the ball as you have.
I think you're going to play different. I think you're going to come out. I think you're going to come out massively pressing fast and hard.
Yeah.
And if you're not careful, City's passing game. A lot of people do come out and press fast and hard. If you're not used to it and you're not good at it, City will pass around you and beat you every time. Beat you every single time with that because passing. City have been playing this for 5-6 years now.
No,
They pass and move, and it's super fast. If some certain teams come out and press us, but they press us and then go back, and what you find with them teams as well, Southampton's been one of them. I think you'll find that Villa might be one of them, where what they do is they burn themselves out so early on in the season, where they use up all their energy, and then the next 5 or 6 games they lose. And they drop right down the table because they had that one game where it's become like the 4th domestic trophy of beating Man City or beating, it used to be beating United or beating Liverpool, beating Chelsea.
Yeah, I'll get that, absolutely, yeah.
Everyone ups the game for it. And there's no questions asked. The derby, people are going to up the game anyway. But for me, if you come out as flying, which I think you will, you'll come out as 100 mile an hour, we'll probably struggle for the first 5 minutes. Once we get the taste of it, you'll either burn yourselves out and leave yourself exposed for the second half, which we're used to, or you might nick a goal. And he's there because we're at the moment we're a bit shaky at the back because we're still a bit unbalanced.
Yeah, I don't think we will be like that. I think they'll press when they need to, but I think they'll play it like they did against Liverpool, and they will in general hit you on the break. I think with the pace, it's the best way to play against you. I think at the moment.
What pace have you got in the team? That's
Rashford, Sancho.
United have got everything.
All
they have up front is pace.
Yeah.
I think.
So just run and just kick the ball straight.
Yeah. Well, so if anyone gets a goal for you, it's going to be Sancho. I think Sancho's
against Walker. People like Walker.
He scored against Walker last season.
Yeah. Did he?
Yeah. Cut inside on him into the bottom right corner.
Mm-hmm. No, we've got pace up front. Yeah. We just have. You got people like Alanga to come on. He's rapid as well. Yeah. Malacia, left back. He's quick. Dalot. He's supposed to be one of the fastest in our team.
Do you think your fullbacks will be getting that far forward?
No. But I'm saying they have got pace, so to cover. Yeah. If they do need to. Be interesting to see what
pace. I mean, when you talk about pace, you look at probably Kyle Walker's probably one of the fastest in the Premier League.
Yeah.
You got people like that. You got Ruben Dias. He's got turn of pace. Not sure about Kanji. I've not seen enough of him yet. But you've got people in our team as well who, Rodri reads the ball well. He's not necessarily one of them counter-attack. People have tried to counter-attack us and it doesn't always come to it. Newcastle come out and pressed and sort of like played the ball, sort of like was going out to the San Maximum, playing the ball, taking players on, knocking people around. He had the ability where he was unplayable when we played him. They got something out of it. Whereas I'm not sure, if you're worrying about a counter-attack, I'm not sure that's going to work for you for the full game.
I don't know. The thing is,
especially away from home.
The thing is on counter attack as well. People like Fernandes and especially Eriksen, he's been superb. They're the type of players who can beat the press and send your players on the counter attack. I know you've got players to counteract it like Walker and that's still quick, but it's about that ball through, isn't it? That just leaves the defence stood.
How did that work against Brentford for you? Just remind me again.
Brentford. That's just one match.
Sorry, tomorrow's the league for the.
It's one match.
Sunday, sorry.
Well, they were playing a different way there. He's become a lot more pragmatic since then because he knows that the team couldn't play the way he wanted right from the off.
What I'm saying is, when you do sit back and you're encouraging City to come at you, City is so good at passing that ball side to side, trying to penetrate that back line to get a shot off or get a ball through. That if you sit too far back, you could be 3-4-0 down before you know it.
Yeah.
Which some teams have seen that.
Yeah. Listen, it's an art, defending against City and playing against it at the moment.
Yeah.
It just depends what tactics you employ to a certain extent. Again, it's a different dynamic with Haaland now. With the way you defend against you, probably the way we play against you completely.
Yeah.
This will be Ten Hag's first time against you as well. Don't forget.
Yeah.
So it'd be, it was a good test of him.
It will be
for him as well.
I'm looking forward to the game.
without a doubt.
I don't think either team's a favourite. I wouldn't go in there thinking, you're confident of a win. I'm not. Derby days are always very different.
Yeah.
Anything could happen. It's improved in the past when United were on the top of the game. City would turn up and beat you 5-1 or things like we beat you 6-1 at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
You wouldn't expect that at the time.
Yeah.
But it's all right. Things happen. But it's you beat us, like I say, you beat us. Was it 2 or 3 years ago with me? I think you beat us in the Carabao Cup. I think it was 1-0, but you were already 2-0 down. That was one sort of thing. You didn't win anything from beating us. If that makes sense. But it's but you just never know with Derby Day. But on that note, I think it's going to be a very, very tight game. Like a 0-0, 1-0, either way.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
I think it could be.
I think it'd be cagey.
I think I'm looking. If we got a draw, I'd be probably fairly happy at this stage of the season. If it's like a 1-1 or 2-2, I think I'd be quite happy. I think there will be goals in it though.
Yeah.
So
the only thing you've got against United, I would say, is that you've had Pep's had a couple of weeks to sort of put his plan together how he wants to do this, and when Pep gets that kind of time, he's usually he's one of these. I mean, I'm not saying Ten Hag isn't, but he's usually focused and. Pep has a little bit more talent at his disposal than what Ten Hag does, and when he's putting it together, I just think it could well be a masterclass, or it could be, who knows?
You're still the team to beat, to be fair. It's the team to beat, you're still champions, so, I think you have got to be favourites and you're at home. But it's one of those, it is difficult.
Derby's go out the window, I always say.
Absolutely can do, yeah.
Depends who's up for it the most, and it depends who the referee is. The referee's going to play a big part.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm pretty sure. I saw who it was the other day.
It's not Anthony Taylor, is it?
I think it is.
Tony.
I think it might be.
That United fan.
He's never been biased for United. I can't believe you think he's been biased for United in the past. You would have moaned it at me a hell of a lot. I don't think he has.
Let's see. But he's definitely got United tendencies. He lives around here. And if you live around this area, you're either a United fan or City fan. And he claims to be an Altrincham fan. Nobody's an Altrincham fan. People go and watch Altrincham. But you're also a United fan.
Yeah,
but you're more United than Altrincham.
I'm from Altrincham now, so I'm an Alty fan. Come on, the Robins. Come on.
See, you didn't know United are not winning anything.
Alty aren't winning shit at the moment.
But it's I don't know. The ref's going to play a big part in it, especially with people who. Whether they tactical foul on Jack, whether Grealish plays, whether they do tactical fouling on Grealish, which some teams have reverted to this season.
Yeah. I don't think he'll play that anyway.
No, probably not. Whether Fernandes sort of like does his play acting where he goes down every time someone looks at him and starts rolling around, waving his arms around. If we can get in his face as well and make him do that, I think that plays in our hands as opposed to yours. One of the bonuses of you've got Maguire injured, which is probably a bonus for you at the moment because he's playing proper. He's playing poor.
Bar injuries, he won't be anywhere near the side anyway. No chance.
Well, I've just been reading all this week that he's going to miss the derby through injury, and I was thinking, I think you're going to miss the derby because you're shit.
Well, either or, if he was fit, he wouldn't be playing anyway. Yeah. It'd be Varane and Martinez all day long. Yeah, simple as that.
Who would be on the bench if Varane and Martinez is the two centre halves? Lindelof, yeah. So I knew I was missing someone. Lindelof.
You've seen the stat that Varane has won every game. Every game United have played with Varane, they've won, and every game he hasn't played, they've lost.
It's something like that, yeah.
Really? Why don't you play him every game then?
Because every game he's been available.
As long as he played like 4 games.
I mean, I said to you when we signed, I've always liked him. I think he's a top class player. I think now he's got the player next to him, which a bit like he had Ramos at Real Madrid. Yeah. He's a bit more laid back. He's a bit more of a silky style of player, I think, isn't he? Now he's got a bit of steel next to him in Martinez. I just think he's a class player, but he's just injuries again. It's going to be one of those again. Bailly used to be a decent player, but had a bit of a foul,
a bit of a liability.
Bit of a liability here and there, but. With his pace and everything was absolutely amazing.
I've not seen Varane enough in the Premier League to warrant me saying he's a good or bad player. I don't think he'd get in my team if I was picking a team in the Premier League.
Maybe not at the moment.
No, but I've seen him play. He's made some mistakes, but then they all have. I've seen mistakes made by all defenders. But
if you concede goals, the defenders are making mistakes, aren't they? In general, somewhere along the line.
Yeah. So my prediction, saying it's going to be a tight game or 0-0 or 1-0. I'm going to go all out as my regular bet and go Haaland to score, City win 3-0.
I thought it was 4.
No, I'm going 3-0 this season. I'm changing.
It's going to be 4 now.
It's going to be 4-0 now, yeah, I know. So prediction, Aid?
3-1 City. I think Grealish will score. I think.
Yeah.
Think Grealish will play? Think he'll start?
Yeah, he's coming off a good game.
Go on, who's your starting 11? City.
Edison in net, Walker, Diaz, Akanji. Actually, is Stones Cancelo. Is Stones available?
No, he's injured.
Hamstring. He'll be out for a few weeks. So I guess
Akanji then, yeah. Rodri, Gundogan, Bernardo Silva, Phil Foden, Haaland, Julian Alvarez.
Would you not play
Kevin De Bruyne?
Oh yeah, I didn't see De Bruyne.
Oh,
right, De Bruyne.
Would you not play Nathan Ake? Nathan 1 inch taller than Martinez Ake?
Yeah. No, I'll play
It makes a big difference, mate.
So they say. What's your team then, Daz?
I'd go with Edison in net. Right back will be Walker, Diaz, Akanji, Cancelo, Rodri, Gundo, De Bruyne, Foden, Haaland, and I would go with probably Riyad Mahrez.
Yeah. Decent.
Yeah.
No Bernardo Silva.
No Bernardo, or maybe put Bernardo in for that instead of Riyad. It depends on. There's discussions ongoing with Bernardo at the moment about his contract and whether he does want to leave.
There's been a few whispers about that. Well, it's been going on for a while, hasn't it?
Do you know what I read yesterday, which is interesting? A little bit off the subject, but I read yesterday is that the guy who's the owner of Paris Saint-Germain. Is it one of the Al-Thanis? I think they are in it. It's Nasser Al-Thani or one of them, Khalifa Al-Thani.
Yeah.
They've made a complaint saying UEFA needs to look into Barcelona's dealings over the summer with the sale of their
the TV rights, was it something? Yeah, that's right.
So they reckon UEFA are going to look into that.
Right.
Because it does seem a little bit shady. They're not paying people, yet they're signing people. And
do you think?
Yeah,
I mean, what's been going on there is absolutely...
And that guy who runs their La Liga, that Tebas guy, is just completely off his rocker.
It's unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
And they were crying about... was it them that wanted... Or was it Real Madrid wanted Mbappe?
Yeah.
And they were complaining about it. Was it Barcelona? Was it Madrid wanted him?
Yeah, and he was complaining about that, saying because none of the good players are going over. Well, some of the good players are going over them, but none of the top world class players are going over there.
How dare PSG offer him another contract?
I know.
Well,
disgraceful. Now the next thing this morning was Barcelona back in for Messi again. So it's they'll probably have to pay him another £5 billion.
If they've had any sense, they've got over it now. Messi not being there, I think should just carry on as they are and just sort of say right. He brings the crowds in, doesn't he? And it's I suppose so, but I don't know.
Barcelona have spent the most money out of every. Have they spent the most out of every club across Europe this season?
Probably.
And they would at the start of the transfer window, they were seen as bankrupt.
Yeah. It's a bizarre situation, but we'll talk about it on a future one. Just want to get your team for United now. Go on.
I think sort of picks itself.
Gary Bailey, Arthur Albiston.
Arthur Albiston will be all right. Yeah. Obviously, De Gea in nets.
Yeah.
I think he'll go next season, by the way. But and it'll be Dalot right back. Then it'll be Varane, Martinez, Malacia with left back. I'll do the front three, so I think it'll be Rashford, it'll be Sancho, it'll be Anthony, I think. Midfield's going to be an interesting one. I think he might play McTominay.
Ooh. I hope so.
I think he might play him instead of Casemiro because he's still not up to speed.
Oh, Casemiro, I forgot you had him. Yeah.
And I think he'll play.
Casemiro gets sent off.
He'll play Fernandes, and I think he'll play Eriksen. The only thing he might play Casemiro instead of.
Yeah.
McTominay.
Right. So you're going to 4-3-3.
I think that's what he'll go for. I mean, he might surprise us. He might do something completely different.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes in the past we've gone for two holding midfielders. We've gone for Fred and McTominay.
Right.
So he could go for. Fred McTominay again, or McTominay and Casemiro.
Yeah.
But then you'd probably sacrifice maybe Anthony because he's new to it. So we might just have like a different formation with Fernandes up with Rashford and Sancho maybe. So that's going to be an interesting bit. That little central midfield pivot just in front of the back four.
Yeah.
Whether it's like the one or the two holding. In the past, Solskjaer I'd go for two holding pretty much every day of the week.
Yeah.
But not too sure with Ten Hag. I think he might just put Eriksen in front of him and go with that.
You normally play the two holding midfielders and still play Eriksen as a bit of a holding midfielder. Don't you? I'm just thinking if you play Casemiro, he can cover that by himself like a bit. Rodri does. That gives Eriksen a bit more
There's a proper holding midfielder.
Yeah.
There's a proper one. We haven't got a proper Fred and McTominay aren't proper holding midfielders.
No.
Well, Casemiro is. He's absolutely nailed on holding midfielder. And like I say, he could probably do that job himself, which could free up the space for someone a bit more creative. So
that's where the referee comes into play. Casemiro had a bit of a history with us where he should have been sent off in the Champions League semi-final.
Sure.
Absolutely saw that.
45
Didn't even
options
get
of
one
being
yellow
sent.
card.
No, he had 45 fouls.
Yeah.
committed where they were all yellow.
But I mean, that's the thing. I mean, people get away with it. They'll keep doing it. That's where the referee comes in.
Yeah.
You know, I'd blame players. I'd have a go to players, but you'd say it's up to the referee to get rid of it. Say yellow card, and then it puts a lid on it.
And that's what plays a big part in the game is the referee, and that's where we need a strong referee.
True.
Taylor might be the best referee we've got. So whether he goes into it, or I don't know, I can't remember the other guy's name, the black-haired lad. He's quite good as well. But we've only got two decent. We've only got two real good referees, to be fair, and Taylor being one of them, and the other guy.
It'd be 2 or 3 maximum, won't we?
Yeah.
I can't remember his name. Escapes me completely.
See his face, just can't picture his name.
Escapes completely.
But it's one of them. I just think it's for me. It's come at the right time for the derby. You know, it's not going to be the end of the season for either team, whatever the result, because everyone's sort of like knocking it in. But let's see how it goes. We'll come back on. We'll come back. Don't forget the boots as well. Yeah, it's under one boots competition.
It's up on Monday, is it?
Like and subscribe. We're going to give them away on Monday. So all you got to do is like and subscribe on Instagram as well. Office Bloke Daz on Instagram. Get over there and like the.
You're picking a winner early next week.
Monday, yeah. So moving on to the other derby. Yep. The other big derby over the weekend is Arsenal-Tottenham.
Yeah,
and this is for me is a real great battle at the right time because both teams are on form. Yeah. Both teams playing quite well. I know Spurs had a bit of a hiccup on the last game. Were they 2-0 up and drew 2-0, were they, or something like that?
Was it the last game?
They lost against Sporting Lisbon in the Champions League.
That's 2-0.
It was the one before they beat Leicester 6-2. I think, didn't they?
Was that the one I'm talking about? Was it Champions?
But they lost 2-0.
Oh, it was right.
But they conceded 2 goals in the 90th.
That's what I'm talking about. Sorry, I thought it was 2-0. They went 2-0 down, didn't they?
That's right. Yeah.
But I still think Arsenal, the way they've been playing, it's typical Arsenal sort of style where they come out of the gates really fast. I mean, they didn't do it last season, but this season they've come out of the gates like they have done in the past, really fast. Got some very, very talented players. Up for it. Players who can play with the ball at the feet, who can play away from the ball, make the moves, make the transitions from defence to attack very quickly. Arteta's come from the Pep school, as is Ten Hag as well. Ten Hag's old school Pep as well, isn't he?
Yeah, had a bit of influence from in that respect. Yeah. He's actually got a full head of hair, but he just look like Pep.
Yeah, exactly. When you order Pep on Wish. But it's I think Conte sort of like changed the attitude towards Spurs though as well, where Conte's a winner. In my opinion, he's a proper.
In the past, they've always had a bit of a soft underbelly, Spurs, haven't they? You always think you can get it, and then personality-wise, but different kettle of fish now. Yeah,
Kane can obviously score for fun in the Premier League, can't at international level as such, but he's banging them in for fun at Premier League level.
Yeah.
For me, I'm going to go with Spurs. I know it's at Arsenal. I know Arsenal playing well. I just think Spurs have that desire a little bit more than Arsenal. I think they'll be in Arsenal's face a little bit too much. And I'm not sure Arsenal can handle that because I think you might see a red card for Xhaka if he plays.
Yeah. I think you might be right. I tend to agree. I think Spurs might do it, I'm going for 2-1 for Spurs. I just think, because I still think you can get at Arsenal. They came up against us. We beat them, we weren't brilliant, but they played quite well.
Yeah.
But, they've still got a bit to go by, I think.
Yeah, and I think the other side of it with Arsenal and Spurs, if Xhaka plays on the same side or in the same region as Richarlison, you could see a couple of red cards,
a few fireworks
going in, and that's what you want. That's what you want to see in a derby. You want to see people flying in, and you've got the Holbier, who's not shy for a tackle.
No, absolutely.
In. You've got a couple of players on that Arsenal team who can put it about a little bit.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Who proper get stuck in, and I think that could be the game to watch over the weekend, even above the Manchester derby. I think it could be the firework game of what we need as to really get you going on the. It's a great appetizer for the game on Sunday anyway.
Of course it is, yeah.
Is that the early game on Saturday?
It is, half 12 unfortunately. Probably better when they're later on, really, aren't they?
Yeah.
When they get down to tea time.
Well, it's better for the fans who can go out and have a skinful and
that's it,
and have loads of beer and then go
on. The atmosphere though, don't they? People having a few beers,
yeah.
just gets everyone revved up a little bit more, doesn't it? So I think it helps, but safety reasons, they tend to put them a bit earlier sometimes, don't they?
Just run through some of the other games. I mean, they're the big games to cover. There's no real games that are of any sort of like size and stature to what we just spoke about. I'll go with Bournemouth, Brentford. We'll just run through them quick. Prediction. What's your prediction? So you've gone 2-1 to Tottenham.
I'm going to go. Yeah.
I'm going to say. Yeah, I'll go with 2-1 Tottenham.
Just a quick one on that though. It would be interesting to see if he picks Richarlison or if he keeps Son after coming on and get a hat trick.
Yeah.
It's going to be a big call for him.
I think he'll pick Son.
Or does he play Son and Richarlison and drop the Russian guy or the Ukrainian guy?
Yeah, Swedish. He's not dropping Kulusevski. Kulusevski's an amazing player.
Yeah,
he looks decent. He does.
Yeah,
he really does.
Yeah.
We'll get on to
it. Still, I'm going to go 3-1 Arsenal.
3-1 Arsenal.
Yeah. Ooh. Difference of opinion there.
Oh, so yeah, we'll see how that goes. Bournemouth, Brentford.
That could be a good
All them 3 o'clock games are proper like.
2-1 to Bournemouth. Bournemouth played pretty good football, don't they?
I'll go 2-1 Brentford.
I'm going to go 1-1.
1-1 for that one.
Palace, Chelsea. It's Graham Potter's first game, isn't it?
Graham Potter's first game charged because it was cancelled, wasn't it?
Yeah.
After the Queen's death.
He's played against Salzburg in the Champions League, though, hasn't he?
Yeah. Yeah. How did that go?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you did, you're right.
So I just think Chelsea, we've had this conversation on a previous one where, for me, Chelsea's like just the team that have disappointed so far this season.
Just something missing still.
Very
I'm
much
not
missing.
sure what it is.
It could be the new owner that's coming who wants to play a big part in what they're trying to do.
Maybe.
And he wants to sort of like, look at me, this is how we work it in the NFL, so we're going to try and bring it to the Premier League.
Yeah.
I've had the big issue of him saying, there should be an all-star game, a North v South. Don't know about their league. I don't know how that leaves teams like Wolves and Villa,
and Birmingham.
They're
Where's the
Premier League.
I don't know the Premier League.
You look at half of them, is it North or South? Some of them you're just not sure about.
Yeah.
It's but again, it'd be one-sided for a couple of teams from each side, and that'll be it. That'll be the all-star
exactly.
team.
Not sure whether that'll work that one. But,
we do cup games here, which they don't do in the NFL. Why don't they do cup games in the NFL if that's the case?
Yeah.
Introduce cup games. We make probably more money on the FA Cup and the League Cup and the Champions League than what the NFL make on
they don't
anything else.
Wouldn't that be an interesting concept?
Yeah.
Like a cup match.
Yeah, but you can't really bring. It's like you have like European teams from different countries. It's all just one country, that isn't it?
Yeah. But you could bring in like if you opened up the FA Cup, say what we've got, and bring in like minor league, NFL, college football teams.
Yeah,
bring them into the fold.
At the same time,
college team play.
Kind of already go into playoffs, so it's already it's already a cup type of format.
Yeah, it is a cup format. Yeah, but yeah, it's I don't think that's going to work anyway. The North South thing. So I think it's out the window anyway. But
I'll go for 2-2 for that one anyway.
Palace Chelsea. I'm going to go 2-1 for Palace.
I'm going to go 2-1 for Palace.
I like Palace at the moment, but I just think with a new manager they might get a bit of a spring, and I still think they've got the talent to do it. Chelsea. They have, I agree.
But they've got the talent at Palace definitely to beat them. Palace
absolutely. Especially at Palace. I know
team.
The crowd get going. There's a great crowd there as well.
Man. Team of grafters.
Yeah, but
Fulham, Newcastle.
That could be a draw. I mean, Newcastle
have
drawn so many matches.
1-1 written all over it.
Yeah, I think it's got a draw written all over it as well. I'd have to say 1-1 as well.
I'm going to go with 2-1 for Newcastle.
Yep, just about to scrape it.
Liverpool v Brighton and Hove Albion. Again, Brighton with a new manager.
Yep, is it Roberto De Zerbi or something like that?
Yeah,
coming in.
Shakhtar, ex-Sassuolo.
Yeah, won the league with Shakhtar, I think, didn't he, last season? And because of the
war
there, he's
had to win the league with Shakhtar, mate. Tell me 3 other teams. He can't.
Shakhtar to next juniors.
Dynamo Kiev. Shakhtar Donetsk going to be stuck.
That's pretty much it, isn't it?
You have to live there at the same time to win it.
Yeah.
So that'd be
good luck with that.
Yeah, good luck to him. Good footballing team, Brighton.
Very good footballing team.
It's a shame from they've lost Graham Potter, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you reckon
I think Potter's gone on to bigger things, and I don't
I think he deserves it.
I'm not sure Chelsea was the right team for him to go to.
Same here.
He's definitely gone on to bigger things, and I think Potter might have been. It could be make or break Potter. If he does really well, then he goes on to bigger things again. What's bigger than Chelsea though is
no disrespect. I think like an Everton or a Villa would have been better.
Yeah,
not quite up to the top 6 or verging on it. But
yeah.
I'm just not sure whether he's right for there because of the hierarchy, because of the ownership and.
Yeah,
I think he's downgrading at that point though with where he was at Brighton.
Yeah, I think he could, that's a possibility.
I think as history goes, I mean, Villa's obviously bigger, aren't they?
Correct.
But I know what you mean by that. The way they're playing and everything at the moment, absolutely.
But yeah, it's it'll be an interesting one. But Liverpool, Brighton.
Yeah.
Liverpool.
Yeah, I
3-0 Liverpool.
I think it'd be like 4-0.
I'm going to go 0-0.
Really?
At Anfield as well.
I just think Liverpool are not firing very well at the moment.
It's one of I think one of those teams as well that because they've taken a lot of stick, it might be one of those where they sort of like get back on track again.
Yeah.
But it'd be a tough one to call actually. But
yeah, I'm going to go with a 0-0 on that.
Fair enough.
Southampton, Everton.
That
should be on at 9 o'clock. That to send you to sleep. Put you right into bed. Right, Southampton, Everton.
We're playing Everton at 7 o'clock next week.
Same reason.
Yeah, next Sunday.
Yeah. 7 o'clock. Sunday.
There's loads of matches on Sunday. We're playing at 7 o'clock. Believe it or not. Anyway, that's a side issue. But
Southampton, Everton.
1-1.
I'll go 1-0 Everton.
I'm going to go with 2-0 for Southampton.
Yeah. Everton
2-0.
Drawn about 4 or 5 matches on the trot, haven't they?
They're just not very good.
But they're not scoring.
Everton haven't lost this season.
No, that's what I mean. But
they haven't lost.
No.
They'd lose the first one, but then they've won.
Oh yeah, they lost to Chelsea. Sorry.
They've drawn about 4 or 5 on the
They lost their first game, but haven't lost since then. Yeah.
The bobbins though.
Not scoring many goals either.
No,
it's like the odd goal.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to go 2-0 for Southampton on that one. Wolves v West Ham or West Ham v Wolves.
again, normally I'd say 2-0 for West Ham at this stage of the season, but
Wolves are a very good footballing team, but they can't score.
Yeah.
But now they've got big Diego Costa.
Well, yeah, he's come in, hasn't he? Yeah, he could make a difference. Last season West Ham were pretty good. He's one of them teams where you think could give you a good game, but they just don't seem to be doing it this season. I just don't know why.
No, they're not firing, are they? But again, like you said about Liverpool before, it's one of them teams where they're getting a little bit of criticism. They could just one day just turn around and spark. We're not sure what's wrong with West Ham this season, but because it's the same team. But I just think, I think West Ham might just bully Wolves out of that game and win 2-1, 2-0. I'm going to go 2-0.
So, I think Wolverhampton win this game 2-1, 2-0. Same. Opposite of what you think, but pretty much.
I think they're just going to West Ham are just.
I think that's Wolves are bound to have a win. They need to win soon, and that's the game that they win.
What did they play like against you, Wolves?
They didn't play awful. They
went
down to 10 men pretty early on as well.
They didn't look anything going forward. They had nothing
because they had 10 men.
Yeah, they had 10 men from an early stage, but they just didn't look anything going forward. It was kind of an effort of trying to keep the score down and just do what you do. I mean, we beat them 3-0.
I don't really remember it as well.
No, it's tough to remember. You're asking me to remember an away game.
I think that was their last game, wasn't it? Against you.
Yeah. But I'm not sure.
2-1 to West Ham.
Yeah.
I'm just not sure about Wolves.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about West Ham either, but...
Yeah. What's the other Sunday games tomorrow?
Leeds Villa, I think, wasn't it?
Villa.
Again...
Battle of the angry managers.
Again, Villa in general not scoring a lot of goals. Leeds, great result against Chelsea. Looked pretty good against them a few weeks back. I'm going to go Leeds on this, 3-1.
Is that Villa?
It's at Leeds, I think.
Yeah. If it's at Leeds, I'm going to go Leeds. Yeah, 2-0 Leeds.
1-0 Leeds.
I've got a few 2-0s this weekend.
I think they've still got decent performance in them, Leeds. I think they're just really... There's a few teams actually that just not very consistent at the moment. But I think on the day, I think they can still put a result together.
Any other Sunday games apart from us and them?
Monday night, though.
They're talking about teams that have got nothing going for them at the moment. Leicester,
Nottingham Forest.
That's right. Yeah.
Leicester Derby. A derby, I guess. Another derby.
I mean, he's still hanging on in there, isn't he? Good old Brendan.
Yeah, well, I think it's too expensive to get rid of him. That's what it is.
I've heard it's been. Is it like 10-15 million or something stupid? Yeah. Because he recently signed quite a long contract. So.
And he's he's got a very high contract.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, he got paid as well. I can imagine.
Yeah.
So they desperately need a result.
So do Forest, and it's
Forest do as well. Absolutely. Yeah, they've lost 4 or 5 on the trot, have they?
Yeah, they both look a bit bobbins, don't they?
Yeah.
To be fair,
it could be something like 3-3. I think this.
Do you know what? You might not be wrong.
I think both will be desperate to win, and they both might think the others are, just have a go. The managers might just say, "Listen, just have a go at them." Yeah. Because of where they are.
I'm going to go with 3-1 for Leicester.
If Leicester lose this game, I think Brendan Rodgers gets sacked 100%.
Got to.
Where's it played at?
It's at Leicester.
Leicester. Yeah.
Vardy, I think Vardy, he's not even scored this season, has he?
He's been injured. He's not been playing.
I think he's been benched as well, though.
Has he?
Think about Vardy, though, right? When you look at Vardy, he's about 35, 36.
Yeah.
Right. So he's obviously, he looks after himself. He's playing. Does he look after himself as much as someone like Ronaldo looks after himself? Probably not. Because I know he likes the party as well. But his missus has just gone through a massive trauma of a lawsuit against Rooney's missus, which she lost.
Yeah.
So his home life's going to be fucking grim. Sort of thing. She's probably nagging his ass for whatever the 3 million quid she needs.
They'd be getting it from the terraces as well.
They'd be getting it from the terraces. So a lot of people want. Maddison broke through as one of the top players a couple of seasons ago, and now he's just looks bang average to me. Whether he's not
treading water.
He is treading water.
He's not. You think he should have progressed because he's still.
He should have took that move. I think they offered him 45 million to go to Newcastle in the summer. He probably should have took that and sort of progressed with Newcastle.
Change of scenery.
What Leicester should have done, I don't know if is John Joe Shelby still available at Leicester at Newcastle.
Yeah,
is he injured? Or
I'm not sure if he's injured.
Leicester would have been better to take someone like Shelby in return and 45 million, and got Shelby and 45, and then looked on buying, investing the money they got for Fafana. For some of the other players and buying that, solidifying that midfield a little bit. It's a little bit weak, that midfield.
Yeah.
It's they've got some decent players there as well. I don't know if some of them are still available, but
when you look at people like Yuri Tielemans,
Tielemans,
top player.
Yeah,
really is. He's used to the Premier League. He's been there a few years now.
Plays for Belgium.
But you need people around you as well who can also do it as well. And for me, Maddison always looks a bit light and a little bit. He's like a luxury player. We've all got them.
He needs a bit of steel around him, I think. He's one of those. Yeah. But I just don't know what's gone on. Something's gone on at Leicester.
Yeah.
It can't just be the fact that they didn't invest and they haven't bought the players that he wanted. Because even with the same team, you should be doing better than that. You know, because they have been a good team over the last few years, no doubt about it.
I don't know, if players see you selling, some of the best players you've got. I don't know who else went from Leicester. It was definitely Fofana. Schmeichel went, who's a big sort of like voice in the dressing room as well.
Yeah.
Players might say, don't know what we're doing here. We're getting rid of all our top players. I don't want to be here.
Absolutely,
saying,
of
well,
course
we're
it
not good
does.
for you. Well, I'll just show up and get my money and do what I need to do. Don't
And like I said, there's a few other players sort of saying, well, I won't mind moving to everyone else in the dressing room, then it makes everyone else unsettled.
You've got some top players, Harvey Barnes, but again, none of them are real heavyweight, sort of like, in there. Tielemans is a good player, but he's not someone you'd rely on to be like that man of steel in the midfield sort of thing.
Yeah.
Very, very talented player. So is Maddison, so is Barnes, and then you've got, who else have you got on the right? You've got, I can't remember who the plays on there.
Does
right
that Thingy still play for them?
I know you're thinking of.
That guy that you met in the Everton tunnel when he used to play for Everton and went on loan to Leipzig or something.
One I thought was the ball boy.
Yeah.
Can't remember his name now.
No, I can't. Lookman, Adam Lookman.
Adam Lookman. Yeah, he's. I thought he was the ball boy in the tunnel. I was like, "Good luck today, mate." He was only tiny. I'm like, "Good luck today, mate." Like that. And he's like, "Oh, nice one." I said, "What are you doing, you ball boy?" He went, "No, I've just signed. They're doing the introduction." I went, "Oh, it's Lookman." He signed for like 17 million or something as well. I didn't big signing. To be fair, he had been in hospitality for about 3 hours.
Oh, fair enough.
About 6 bottles of champagne in.
That's a funny one.
But it's I mean, my mates just moved to Everton, and just for their sake, I hope they do stay up and move into the new ground and get it all done and sort of like reevaluate. I think my tip to go down, I still fancy him to go down, but I just hope that Everton, it's one of them clubs where you do have a soft spot for Everton. Probably because no one likes Liverpool, so you sort of like want Everton to sort of like succeed. But moving into the new stadium, the support they've got, the fan base they've got, they are a great club, and I would like to see them sort of like get through all the problems they've got and move up the table and move into the new stadium and do well. Not sure.
They need goals again now. Another one, drawn 4-5 on the trot. They just need goals, not scoring enough.
You might see Everton be one of them teams where if Brendan Rodgers does go and Everton don't start performing, then Rodgers might end up at Everton.
Yeah,
that might be his destination.
Yeah,
But they need to get Calvert-Lewin back fit. Did they buy a new forward?
Neil Maupay.
Maupay, yeah. Mopay's not prolific. He's not a prolific.
You can't rely on him.
He's not 20 goals a season.
No.
You need a 20 goal a season there. He wouldn't have been a bad signing for Everton. Martial from United. I know he's not prolific, but he'd fit into that system.
Yeah. Oh, probably.
Get Alan back in there playing where he should be. The what's the Portuguese lad's name with the beard?
Andre Gomez.
Get him playing back to where he was. He's never been the same since that injury. If you can get them two back playing to where they was at the levels he should be, you'll have a decent team at Everton.
Yeah.
You need that prolific goal scorer, and Calvert-Lewin might be that guy who can score the goals, but he's got to keep him fit.
That's the problem.
Keep him fit.
You've got players that like Idrissa Gueye's come back. He's going to be a starter now, and you've got that Onana who looks good. He looks alright, doesn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, decent players, but like I say, I think all teams that are successful in the Premier League tend to have a goal scorer, don't you?
Yeah,
someone that can put the ball.
You've got to have a 20 goal a season player that's in your team to be anywhere near top 4.
Yeah, of course you have.
Yeah,
at least.
Do you reckon United's got that?
I think United potentially got it with Rashford.
I mean, I guess you did have it with Ronaldo last season, didn't you?
Had it with Ronaldo last season. I mean, Martial has done it before, but now he's. It's a shame he got injured again because this season he's looking quite good again.
Yeah, he did well at Sevilla, didn't he?
Yeah.
He scored like 1 goal in like 48 games.
Did he?
Yeah, I'm not sure if he did that well over there, but I think he got injured over there as well. But I think he's playing under a manager now that wants him and wants to give him a chance. Whereas I think under previous managers,
when you say look good again, are you referring back to when he was good at Monaco?
No, he was good at United.
He was good. That one goal that he scored in his debut, that's when he
had a season at United where he was really good. He had one season where he got over 20 goals. There was one season where Rashford, Martial and I think Greenwood, they scored more than Salah, Mane and Firmino.
Yeah, but we're not talking about the nightclubs now, mate.
But the people who scored about those three, but then those three United players, between them, they scored more goals than those one season. But again, it's just consistency again, and then he goes and gets an injury again. So
I mean, I don't know who else you've got up front to score the goals at United.
Well, that's something in the future. They'll be looking at a striker, but they couldn't get everyone this summer. It was impossible.
No.
So work in progress. Going to next year, then striker probably be like a main target.
Yeah,
something like that. But this season, then.
But you do need someone who can knock 20 goals.
Oh,
when you look at when you look at Liverpool, they had they lost Mane, who was 20 goals a season for the last 6 seasons.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Just consistent.
That's just very consistent, and that's
the
difference between top 2 or top 1 to being top 4.
Of course it is, and just take it out the side completely. I know Diaz.
Yeah. Yeah.
Looks decent player.
He does.
But,
he does.
You know, is he as good as Mane? Or is he going to do it for the next 4, 5, 6 seasons?
He
Mane?
just seems to
I'm
be
not sure.
in the right place, right time all the time.
He's
to score his
a top
goals.
class player.
Yeah,
and
fast,
pretty
pace,
much any team
skill.
in the world would probably have him in. Think,
Yeah.
might have him inside.
Yeah.
I think most teams would.
Yeah.
And that tells you how good he is.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I think it'd be a big miss for him.
So, yeah. So don't forget.
Yep.
Get your name in for the boots. The draw will be on Monday. Anything that comes after Monday will not be done because they will be given away. Sent anywhere you are in the world, don't matter where you are. You can enter from anywhere. They are Ilkay Gundogan worn boots. They're not signed. Got his name on the side though. German international, obviously Manchester City midfielder and captain sometimes. Who is the club captain at City? I don't even know.
Club captain right now.
I think it is Gundogan,
Is it
isn't it?
Brian?
No. I think it's Gundogan.
I think
isn't
it might be Gundogan.
I think it's Gundogan.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right.
It's always a bit
They
confusing.
do like-
It's always different.
They always do like a voting between the players.
Yeah, they
don't
do. They let the players choose.
Is that the way they do it? Is it? Right.
Yeah, the players choose the captain.
It's probably the best way to do it, I think.
But he's a born leader anyway. For me, he's a proper. I don't know if you've watched any
I
of the
think he's
City
the best bet for
documentaries.
captain,
Yeah, he's
100%.
just. I mean, he's for me. So far this season, he's our best player. You know, I mean, take Haaland out of the equation. Obviously, he just bangs in goals for fun, machine.
say.
You know, but someone like Gundogan, he's just, he's there all the time. He's very consistent. Very, what he did last season at the end against Villa. Will always go down in the record books with City. Again, it was almost like an Aguero moment. Wasn't it?
Yeah.
When it was, almost got us thrown out the ground.
Right? Again.
Again, we'll try and stay in this time. And we'll try and stay in at the derby as well. We will be videoing from the derby, so there will be footage from the derby as well with the lead up to that. So if you like following the games when we go to the game and give you a bit of insight into the game, where we are, where we sit, a bit of the chanting and everything like goes through the ground. Aidan will be recording for the derby for what he remembers, and we'll get quite a bit of footage and put it out there as well. So. But don't forget, get over onto Instagram, onto Office Bloke Daz. Got a like on there, like and subscribe on the channel, and put your name in for the boots. We'll be drawn on Monday.
Nice one.
Hopefully everyone has a good weekend, enjoys the football.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next week with our review of the derby, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. And all the matches.
Hopefully it's a blue one, and we'll obviously talk about the Midlands, the East Midlands derby with Forest and Leicester, and the North London derby between Arsenal and Spurs, and all the rest of the Bowfest games that we're on at 3:00 on Saturday. Because there's nothing in there I can see that's going to go, ooh, can't wait for that game.
Nothing.
I guess that's why they're all 3:00, so they're not on TV.
Yeah.
So hope you enjoy the weekend. Don't forget like and subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.